Hey everyone, come on in. Let me go see if I can tell if we're live or not yet. Oh, here it's showing that we're going live. Okay. Now how do I find it? Here we go. Hi, Jean. I can at least see you. So, Bill is taking a call. He's on call this week. Hi, Bev. And so he'll be joining us as soon as his transportation issue gets taken care of. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Ann. All right. Hi, Kathy. Freezing from Colorado. Yeah, I'm a little cold tonight. I can't quite warm up. So without Bill here, it's I don't have my little sidekick, but like I said, he'll be in here eventually. We're gonna go on without him. He was telling me that the 21st is the first day of winter. So, I'm cold already, and that the 22nd, the days will start getting longer. So, for the summer lover that I am, I love that. You'd think I'd want to move down south, but unless my whole family would get up and go with me, maybe. Otherwise, I don't know. All right, let's see. Hi, Angie. Hi, Jill. Hi, Madison. Hi, Jackie. All right. It figures right when I go live. My throat needs to be cleared, so sorry about that, guys. Let's just get into the announcement, and if Bill gets in here, he gets in here. He's disappointed about not being here. So, the giant year-end closeout sale. Let me just tell you, I went through the catalog because it's just through our August-December 2020 mini catalog, and I was looking at some of the sales, 20%, 50%, some stuff 50, 10, which there was a couple things that I was really shocked and surprised about, but some things have already sold out. So remember last time I was telling you about the discounts. The dies have already sold out. They were on 30% discount. They've already sold out. So some things are really kind of going quick. But if there's something in here that you want, I would say for the best selection, shop earliest. I cannot guarantee you the things that are on discontinued are going to be there. There are things up to 50% off, and I know that there was a lot of people that really took advantage of that. Me being one of them. Okay, the other thing is they did a clearance rack refresh. So the stuff on the clearance rack, they had things on there that went and on discount too. Man, they sold out like hotcakes. I think when I talked to you guys last week about it, I didn't really expect it to go as quick as it did, but I went back. I placed an initial order, and then I thought, well, I'll go back and get a little bit more, and there was things gone. So there's a few DSP packs in there, one Christmas one left, and yeah, I think that there was some punches. I'm not sure if those are still there. So you might want to check it out. Piccadilly Parfait. I had one thing planned for this Friday, and I may be changing that up. So, but I'm still planning on having it. I'm just letting you guys know. Fridays at 4 p.m. Central Time. Oh, big announcement from the company. So I don't know. I know other demonstrators have talked about it, but our Whisper White product is coming to an abrupt halt. This has nothing to do with us. This is nasty COVID. The supplier that we were getting it from had some problems. They're shutting down operations. So I don't know what this looks like yet. For those who are going to ask me this question ahead of time, let me precede this. There's going to be a little bit of time. We're going to go over to what's called basic white instead of whisper white. And I have no idea if it's going to be the same color or if it's going to be brighter at this point. But there will be a period of time where our whisper white and our basic white, depending on how stuff runs out, we're going to carry the same supplies, but we might be carrying a couple at a time. I know that the Whisper White Thick has run out, and I do not know, it says due to the unforeseen circumstances, the previous Stampin' Up white cardstock will replace by Whisper White. So I don't know when this is going to be coming in, and I haven't tried the numbers yet. So any of my sister demonstrators that are on here, if you know that answer, go ahead and put that on there. This is the new paper pumpkin, so I don't know if you guys saw. I've advertised a couple of times. It's the Valentine's ones. The paper pumpkin kit is an 8-card kit that you can subscribe for, but they have an attachment of these little treat boxes. And what I thought was really cute about this is that it's $8 for 20 of these things and the decorative die cuts and labels. So I think that's really cute. I will just say, and I know my printer probably didn't get this, but there's cute little snails on there. And I'm just going to say it may be a clue as to what's in the new catalog. It may not. I'm not telling. Okay. Piccadilly Perks. If you are a customer of mine, you probably already know you collect the letters to the name Piccadilly. There's 10 letters in Piccadilly for every $35 purchase per time that you can collect more than that if you purchase a larger amount at a time, but every $35 builds up to 10 letters to the name, and when you are done collecting them all, you get a $25 shopping spree on me, and I'm going to pay the tax and the shipping to send it to you, so it's a $35 value, all just for being loyal to me. And then my Piccadilly pearls, we got a new pearl recently. I was really excited for Betsy to join us, and this team is really kind of revving up on some creativity. I'm not kidding. They are like posting some amazing things. But did you know that you do not have to be a demonstrator in the fact of you have to do a Facebook Live or hold a class or a workshop or create card kits to go or anything like that, or team build? You can be what we call a discount shopper. So if that is something that you're interested in, go ahead and send me a message. Now, there are opportunities and there are major perks for being a business builder. So if you're looking to earn a little extra cash, I can hook you up. Okay, that's it for the announcements. Oh, one more. I lied. So, if you're a current customer of mine and you've done an online order with me, you already have a mini catalog and a celebration catalog coming to you. Now, there were a couple people that had moved and had some different addresses, or I didn't have their address, so I have actually sent out, I got them yesterday and I sent them out yesterday. So for you, Laura Land, if you're watching this, yours was sent out in the mail yesterday. Quit moving around on me, girl. I think she's moved like 3 times. All right, we'll go into some cards. So I've asked the Pearls to make me a card for a card challenge this last month that was anything but Christmas. And I got some really cute stuff that I can show you. So this was from France. She always does such a neat job of decorating in here. And she didn't just cut this. She actually used the stitched rectangles to put on the inside. Isn't this cute? That little, neat little, I don't know. I wonder, I wish she was here tonight. She wanted to be here. She also sent me a Christmas card, and I'm telling you what, this girl is super uber talented. Isn't that adorable? that's from the dies that you can't get. So sorry for those of you who missed out, but those of you who got that, oh, gorgeous. This is from my friend Gwen. This was using the Hostess set. And I think this is so cute. I wish they wouldn't have got rid of the, well, they didn't get rid of, but they're discontinued. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. She's got the snowflake background, but I just think that is gorgeous. This is from one of my pearls who has some new stuff, just saying. And this is a cute little punch pack that's coming out. And she did her pre-order, and this was one that she sent me. And look at this. I love this. How stinking cute is that, right? So this was from Angie. And this is from another pearl who is another one of the ones who decorates. She always has beautiful decorations on here. So this was for a card challenge, and then their name goes into a drawing and they won a prize, which Angie won, not because her card was better or anything. The name is actually put into a drawing. So Angie, you still never called me. So if you want your prize, you're going to have to call me because I know you're on here tonight. All right, so let's get set up. I want to talk a couple of things to you guys. Oh, it says something went wrong. Is the video still going? I don't know what's wrong with my computer, but it says that I'm no longer live. Is that true? Okay, I can see you live here, so when Bill gets in here, he can take care of the computer. I have been getting emails and messages from you guys about card layouts. And so I've done a couple of things recently on card layouts, and people ask me a couple of things. Where do I get my inspiration? Oh, you're so talented. I could never do that. And I am here to tell you, I said that to somebody too at one point. So the great thing is I come here to inspire you, but I actually come here to teach you. And I know a lot of my sister stampers and a couple of my downline that I just showed you, which are fabulously talented, already know a lot of what I know. So maybe it's just an inspiration or a card layout or an idea that you're looking for. Maybe sometimes you get something and you think you know what you want to do with it, and then you start working with it and it's like, oh, that's not working. So that's great. I want to inspire you, but I also want to teach those who want to do card making and gift making and stuff, but who don't really know where to start. So I'm just going to start with how I start. First of all, I usually grab a card layout. So I had a team meeting with my pearls this week, and I actually demonstrated doing this card layout. But we're going to do this one right underneath of it tonight. So I usually get these from Pinterest because I've had people ask me everything of, can you email me all of your layouts? Well, I don't have any layouts. I print them out from other people. I'm not as crafty as everyone seems to think. I use a lot of different card layouts. I have my favorites that I go back to over and over. This is one of them. I love this one. That I go back to. I tend to do a lot of my favorite things, Sunday stamps, and Mojo Monday layouts. This is a new one that I just printed out that I cannot wait to try. This is a new one. This is Freshly Made Sketches. So I just type in card layouts on Pinterest, and there they are. And I can keep them right here close to use. And there's a piece of paper in that thing. There's a notebook, so sometimes if I make a layout or I change it. So one of the things that I first learned when I joined Stampin' Up is case. Copy and share everything, okay? So, or copy and selectively edit. Copy and selectively edit. There we go, 4. So, I do that a lot of times. Now, then everyone says, well, how do you know what colors to put together? Well, I will tell you that if you're ever looking for an idea of combinations, let me just show you a couple places that Stampin' Up! Has available for us. Why, looky here. It tells you the color on the back of the paper, what goes well with this paper, how to do it. So now I've got my card layout idea, and I've got a paper color combination. Well, how do I stamp? How do I do this? How do I do that? Guess what? This book was made with all of those questions in mind. This isn't to sell you a set, which, by the way, if you do not have this one, this is a must-have, by the way. But it's not to just sell it to you. It's to show you, here's something simple. Here's a little idea that is a few more layers. Here's something that's definitely someone who's got some time, apparently. But I mean, it is to give you ideas of how to use, here we go again, how to use the product, how to work color if you're not going to use the paper, you know. So that's what this book is intended for. My husband knows this. I call this my Stampin' Up Bible. I own a couple of these. There's one that sits in the living room so I can get inspiration. You don't have to just look at Pinterest and stuff. So this is how I'm going to be using this paper, but this is how I come at it. I come at it with a layout of some sort. You guys know every Tuesday I post a Casing Tuesday. I'm in a group where we take one of the current catalogs. We case, right now we're doing it out of the mini catalog. We case something out of the catalog and we use a different stamp set with it, or we case it exactly like and maybe just change a color or something. So that is how I get it. Print them off of Pinterest, unless you're really artsy-fartsy and know how to make your own. So now that I went through all that, I'm going to be using the Prize Peony set. And the paper that I was using is the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. This set is purchased together. You can save 10%. I'm going to be using My Thoughts Are With You and then just this little flower for our demonstration. So let's get started because that seemed way too long, but I really wanted you guys to understand how I formulate it. I used to shop, and I'm not going to talk about other companies on my wall, but I used to shop at other places before I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I 100% shop Stampin' Up! Now, other than like storage things that you can't get through Stampin' Up! Or if you need the occasional stamp that Stampin' Up! Doesn't currently have. I get it. I mean, I wouldn't say I was 100% contraband free, but I pretty much stick to Stampin' Up! Because of this exact reason. It all coordinates. I don't have to think of color combinations. And a few months ago, I had offered to email anybody who wanted a color coach. It is all of our colors, and I will email it to you, and it gives you color combinations. So, there we go. I feel like I was like on a rant, but I really wasn't. All right. I want you to know you are going to need a couple of pieces. This is the gray granite, and the same piece is going to be cut twice at 1.5 by 4 1/4. Now, on these images that have, this doesn't have any measurements. Some of them give them, some of them don't. So I make up my own. So I'm going to start off very easy with the first one, and I'm going to just use that gray granite side. And I'm going to put that at the top of this. I wish Bill was here. I can't tell if you guys got anything from what I was saying. Now I'm going to take the other one, and in this image, they don't show it matted. This is where I'm selectively editing, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mat it on a gray granite piece at 1 5/8 by 4 3/8. And I'm going to mat it the other side showing. So if there's any questions, I guess I'll have to go back through tomorrow and try to answer those. So I just used my green glue. It's Tombow liquid glue, and I use that multi-purpose glue because it gives me just a moment, if you're new watching me, to move the image around and get that squared. I know some people, I've watched people with these great big glue guns before go like this, and they can get it perfectly centered. I cannot. So here's another one. This doesn't have a layer that I'm about to put on, but in between those, I felt like it was just a little nude. So I cut just a little 1/4 inch piece of some foil paper, and I chose champagne foil because with the petal pink, I felt like the silver was just too bright and the champagne gave a really nice color with it. So that's how I came up with that. I just laid them out and looked. I think that the easiest way when you're doing 1/4 inch pieces is not to glue. I used to glue right onto the back. I found that if I have a line I'm going to be going up against, if I just run a little bead, you don't need much, this stuff is quite tacky. Or you could use some tear-in tape also, but sometimes I think that's just a little whiter. If I do this, if I have it cut to size, then I can push that right up to it. And I feel like that just gives me a little bit more of a polished edge. So that's where I'm copying the layout. I don't know how to, I don't like folding mine, otherwise I would. I'm copying the layout, but I'm making it a little bit of my own. So see, I've added 2 things here now. Now for the next part, you guys are going to be shocked. When I was developing this from the layout here, let's see, I decided, for those of you who follow me enough, I decided that I wasn't gonna do the banner. I know, right? I just didn't feel like it gave the look that I was wanting. So I decided I wanted to make a shorter, fat, whiter image piece that I felt looked better. And I'm going to do something I never tell you to do, but I'm going to use gray granite to stamp that little floral image of the peony bud down. And why am I doing that? When I'm going to be using blends, because I felt like this was a little bit softer of a card. Now you wouldn't have to color it in. I just chose to. Oh shoot, I just did the wrong thing. It's a good thing there's 2 sides to the paper. Let me put this on my scrap piece here, and then I'll use this for the sentiment. And I want to just make sure, yeah. So I'm going to do the sentiment in that piece. And this is cut at 1.5 by 2 inches, okay? So that's going to go there. I went ahead and stamped the floral image also. Normally when I'm going to use blends, I say to use Memento. But I'm going to use blends very lightly. And I'm not going to be sitting on these lines very long at all, because if you also have watched me, you know I don't really blend with blends. I color with blends. So they are blendable, but I'm going to go through here and I'm just going to very quickly make, I think this is actually a leaf, and if it isn't, it is now, huh? I'm going to go in and do that, and then I'm going to take the petal pink, and I'm almost wondering, is this going to be too light? We'll see. No, it's not bad at all. So I'm not spending any time. I don't want this to do anything more than transfer some color. I don't want it to bleed. I don't want it to blend. Because it will start to smear. That's why we use Memento ink. There are some white spaces in here. Okay. Now, guess what I get to use again with you guys? The mini. I'm going to take the mini. I have the die for this. I need to look at my platform. I'm still not used to using it yet. I need 1 base and 2 acrylics. So, 1 base. Whoops, I need acrylic underneath. Need to sandwich it. And I'm going to place my little die on here. And the lid right on top of it. I had it too far in. I'm trying to show you. And I don't really use this a whole lot yet. I actually use my big one still a lot. I am very lucky that my husband built a stand that is right beside. Okay. Here we go. Cuteness. And so I'm so used to going and getting that stand. You guys are missing Bill, aren't you? Because I am. So I'm going to take this and glue this down about into that place. Where the original was kind of at. And normally I would have probably taken a little bit of time and put another white so it didn't have a divot, but on this one it doesn't matter so much because I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. Oh, I may have too many. So out of, there we go. So it's not really going to show because I kind of have that popped up. Out of all of our embellishments over time, these new elegant faceted gems that we came up with are stinking marvelous. Like seriously, I use them in more projects than just this. So you've got a clear, you've got kind of a pearlized, and then you've got this really one that goes really pretty with petal pink. So I'm going to use a big one here, I think. And I'm going to set that there, and a small one. And I'll move that there. And let's set one there. So easy. Very soft. Now, since I don't have Bill to tell me what you guys are saying, I'm going to stand up and see. It's just, it does match the layout like I showed. And it's absolutely gorgeous. This set is still in our annual catalog and still available. So I know the gems are gorgeous, aren't they, Beth Ann? Thank you, guys. Okay, we're going to use those again. So now let me go on to the next card. And this one is just as gorgeous. So this is my current host code right now. If you are purchasing through my online store, be sure to use that code. If your order is a $149, $149.99, as Bill always says, or less. So we've got a few more things going on, and no tailored tag punch tonight. Say what? All right. Tonight I am going to use a couple of things. I wanted to bring back Inspiring Iris because I think this set, everyone was kind of crazy at the beginning, but there are so many things for it, and I want to show you an awesome little sentiment that I'm going to pair with it to make a sympathy card. So we all hate having sympathy cards. You wouldn't think of a sympathy card when you see this, but when I saw the iris, I had an idea. I've been making a few sympathy cards because I hate to make them when I need them. I know you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to use Itty Bitty Greetings for the sympathy. It says with love and sympathy, and Inspiring Iris. These are both found in the annual catalog, and I'm going to be, guess who's coming in?
Hello.
I have been dead in the water without you. I miss you.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you were able to get that taken care of.
I'm still hoping not to get any more phone calls. So.
Well, so I've kind of gone through my spiel about card layouts. Yes.
All right.
Bill was excited about this, so you want to put your hand in there? So I picked Basic Gray because I was thinking of something that just kind of seemed somber, I guess, for a sympathy card. So I chose a Basic Gray. We're not going to use any DSP, so this was just me picking out what I like together. That's another thing. So another thing where you can get inspired is just by combinations that you like. Combinations like I'm wearing all kinds of colors tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Navy, Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana.
She's trying to ombre over here.
Ombre. I knew you were waiting for that. So
Ombre.
I've went ahead and pre-embossed this Dainty Diamonds. This is our 3D embossing folder, which makes this absolutely dainty little impression that I am in love with. So I've got a card base of Basic Gray, and I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Basic Gray that I went ahead and used the embossing folder on, that I'm just going to make our background. So when I was talking to some people, I had a few people in some Facebook groups ask me about card layouts also.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I just want you guys to know, really, you can look at, if you find something that you like anywhere, you can pretty much figure out by looking. There's so many places. Not that I want to send you away from me, because I don't, but I do want you guys to know there's so many places to find color combinations. Like I said, in clothing, maybe I'll have to do something with those colors. Okay, so I'm going to set the base aside, and we've got a few steps stamping. This doesn't quite fit all the way on, but I'm only going to be using part of it. So I have 3 1.5-inch squares of Whisper White. Now I am going to take the corner rounder that I cannot remember the name of this punch, but it's in the annual catalog, and I know one of my stamp sisters will probably know it right away. I know I'm terrible at that, aren't I, Bill? Hey,
Now
normally I write on normally I write on them. So I'm going to do a corner rounder.
quarter round.
On opposite sides. Oh, did I ever show you guys? I think Bill came in. So this was the layout that I chose. What I liked about it is, if I would have known, I would have used this for one of my Casing Tuesdays, because we've got a card coming up that the layout in the catalog is very similar to this. I would have made it for this, but I ended up using a different sneak peek. Oh, there's my tailored tag punch. I ended up using a different one for that layout. But anyway, so I wanted to give this, because I think this is really neat to have this opposite look. And this is such an easy layout. So.
Is that the triple punch?
No, it's
Detail punch or something?
something, yeah. Yeah. Someone told you.
Yeah. from Philly.
Woo! Beth Ann.
Yes, Detail Trio.
Yes, she's on it.
Yep.
She won the Heart of Little Piece of Art Stampers Award.
She did.
Yeah, well, Stampin' Up has a Heart of Stampin' Up, and she's on my Uplines team. And so,
sweet.
I know. So she won.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a huge honor. But she is just a sweetheart. Okay, so I've got those. I'm going to throw that in my dish, and I'm going to hand that to you now that I have my assistant back. So I already know by looking at this layout.
You don't have your puppy, though.
I don't have my puppy tonight.
Yeah, she's now on the couch.
I was scared she'd bark without you to hush her. So I want my layout to look like this, and that makes a difference because of how I'm about to stamp. So I'm going to go ahead and use the basic black, and I'm going to ink up. I don't need to have the whole, what's up?
There's a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Will that punch through 2 pieces of cardstock?
Well, you could try it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, because wouldn't it slide?
Well, the thing of it is as it is, if you press too hard, which I did, it leaves kind of a little mark. So I probably wouldn't, but I would probably think it could. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to just kind of stamp this image different than I'm going to stamp these two. So I'm going to go ahead and move in here kind of central. Stomp.
Stamp.
Are you doing your camel voice?
Wednesday camel.
Your Wednesday stamp day camel. Okay, so I know that that's going to be kind of my middle one. So let's have this one maybe coming from this side angle. And I know some people have this set already. I wonder if they thought about using it for... So if I've got that one there and this one here, I told you this takes just a little planning. Then I'm going to come in this side. Do I have that laid out right? Yeah. I'm going to come in over here a little bit. All right.
Cool.
That's the hard part. Now's the fun part. Let's get some stamping done.
Let's get some
I'm going to hand that to you.
What colors? Stamping?
Stamping. We're stamping colors. So I'm just going to come up here and kind of hit these little greenery pieces down here of this iris. And they don't have to match perfectly. I mean, it can have a very like watercolored look to it, and they don't have to match perfectly.
Okay.
And then I'm using, that was Granny Apple Green.
The gag.
Full strength of the gag. That's right. And then I'm going to come back in. This is Highland Heather, full strength. And I'm going to line it up kind of closely. I love this purple with this.
Oh, I know.
This was my mom's
Highland Heather, huh?
favorite. Highland Heather, yeah.
That kind of looks like our flowers we have out there.
It does. This was my mom's favorite. She liked purple iris growing up. I'd come in with... Okay. There we go. So now I've got that stamped. And now I'm going to use that little sentiment that I had talked about in, what is it? Itty Bitty Greetings.
Itty Bitty Greetings.
Years ago, there was one called Teeny Tiny Wishes or something, so I want to make sure I had the right name. So, thin, small stamp, small pressure. Don't rock, it's down and up. Not enough pressure. Figures. Given a demonstration.
You got 2 sides of the paper.
That's right. Third time's a charm.
What are you doing?
I'm stamping, but not very well, apparently. Okay.
Shall I hawk it?
Oh my gosh, third time isn't a charm. What is going on? Give it a minute to transfer. Well, it's going to have to do.
What's going on?
Well, I don't know. I got a camera and I'm used to stamping closer to my body than away underneath the camera.
Classic label. Crunch.
So, yeah. Classic label punch. I love this for those greetings. All right, let's build, you guys. So I'm going to use dimensionals here. Now on theirs, they're showing the layout that the sentiment goes right over it. But again, I just chose to do things my way.
Well, of course.
And she did it her way. Are you singing, really? You started?
No.
You did too. So before you take the backings off, take a look at everything and make sure it's where you want it to be. So I could move it on this side if I want to, but I actually like that layout. So I'm going to say, I'm going to have to lean in a little bit or stand up. I can't tell. What I'm trying to do is get this side centered with that. So hopefully I did that. But I'm always conscious of the camera. And so, well, I just screwed up already. Doesn't take much.
Did you get them in the wrong order?
Yes. After I just got done. So for anybody new, this is actually kind of usual for me, isn't it? Okay. Let's try that again. Yeah. That's fine. The other thing is with postal prices going up again in January, I've been very aware of how many layers I've been putting on. Yeah. There is, oh, perfect. I get to be done with that piece. There is, I think it's like January 24th or something. So then I'm just going to lay this down here about where I think. Okay, now I could add some more gemstones, but I kind of like it like this.
Kind of simple.
It is, and that's what I liked about the layout. It was simple. I added the texture, but you could use these same gemstones if you wanted to. Let's see. What do they think? Do they think I should?
I don't know.
Nobody's talking because they're like, oh my gosh, we have to go home. This lady doesn't know what she's talking
No, they're
about.
all saying, they're all actually all agreeing with you that they have to stamp a couple times on those small stamps.
Yeah, sometimes you do. So I don't even know if this is going to look good because I haven't done it yet. Do you guys do that where you kind of put stuff on and then you don't like adhere it so that you can maybe, you can. That's not bad. Okay, so
love it.
This one is this layout.
Cool.
Yeah, and then this one is this bottom layout. So I did change it a little bit to make it my own. And this one, here, I'll put it this. No, I guess I can't because I don't want to fold it and I don't want to cut it out. So this one's this one. I know what I can do.
Swap them. There you go.
There you go. And this one's this one. That's better. So what do you guys think?
They love them.
So does this give you more ideas of how to come up with layouts, where to look, color coordination? All of our ink colors at Stampin' Up match our paper colors, match our cardstocks. There have been times where we don't have the right color ribbon. Guess what? You can use, in fact, I'm going to show you. You can use, here's just a quick thing, a piece of white ribbon, and just for get some bright color going. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
You can color ribbon any color you want. When that dries, that's going to get to be a nice little color that you can make ribbon for. So everything coordinates: our blends, our markers, our paper, our ribbons, our embellishments. And those are the reasons pretty much why I'm pretty true to Stampin' Up. Because if I didn't have this ability, I think it would be a lot harder, because the way I used to do it, I would go stand at the hobby store and try to go, does this go with this that I have at home? I don't know. Right? So anyway, that is kind of how I get my inspiration and how I put it together. So I hope that I was able to hit at least somebody new, and that you, because I know a lot of the, like Beth Ann and some of my experienced stamp sisters that are on here know how to stamp. And thank you for supporting me, by the way. I do really appreciate it. I work pretty hard to come through and not only teach, but also inspire you to use things that you have. So I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I would love it if you were to share this video right now to your personal wall so that your friends and family can see it. That's how I get exposure. And also, when you share, you get entered into a drawing. I put tickets every week of people's names into it. Bill loves, see, you came back at the good part. You get to draw. He loves to draw the names for it.
That's right.
So there's that. If you would like to order from me, if you need more information from me, you can just message me here. Tonight I'm not going to be available, but tomorrow morning I will definitely get to my messages and get back to you. Or at least tonight for a little while. I'm not going to be, I don't know. Okay, so should we draw a couple of names? Who would like to win these cards?
I think they all do.
Really?
I
Good.
do.
Well, then pull me out a couple of names, one at a time. Draw another one.
Another one.
All right. He had to pick up Izzy, so I'll read them. So, Sherry Ert, she hasn't won in a long time.
Sherry, it's all
wow.
right.
Okay, Sherry. So I will be sending you some cards. And then Donna Macy. So you're new to me. I don't know you. You'll need to leave me a message here on Facebook, and then I will get these out in the mail for you tomorrow. So you guys, thank you so much for allowing me into your home and trying to teach what I know. I hope I inspire you, and I will be back Friday with a Piccadilly parfait at 4 p.m. Central Time. And it'll go a lot faster than this. I won't drone on. I promise. All right. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.